Well, to talk more on this, we're now being joined live from Colombo. We have with us Jamila Hussain. She's the editor-in-chief of Daily Mirror and a recipient of multiple awards for her coverage of war against terror and human rights. Welcome to WION, Ms. Hussain.
Thank you. Thank you for connecting with me.
Right, Ms. Hussain, votes of 120 out of 160 polling divisions have been counted so far, and a majority of the preference vote, it has also been counted. Do you think that the preferential voting will change the trend from the first round where we saw Disa Naike leading the polls, or do you think that this will be a game changer for Premadasa?
No, as of now, as we are speaking, I think Anurag Kumar Dissanayake has already been unofficially declared the winner, although we are still waiting for the Elections Commission to give an official confirmation. There is a very large gap of votes between Anurag Kumar and his runner-up Sajit Premadasa. So even if the second preference vote is taken into consideration, according to sources from the Elections Commission, who I was just having a chat with before I came on air, it won't be that much to sort of make it a game changer. So I think by tomorrow morning, Sri Lanka will enter into a new presidency under Anurag Kumar Dissanayake.
Right, Mr. Hussain, we're still waiting for any kind of official confirmation as to who will be Sri Lanka's next president. And as we speak, there are still votes from around 40 polling divisions remaining. But we'll have to wait and see as to who is the next president of Sri Lanka. But let's also talk more about Wickremesinghe's performance at the polls this time. He has garnered around 17% of the votes. What were some of the reasons for his performance in the Sri Lankan polls?
Ranil Wickremesinghe came back to Parliament in 2022 after he was voted out. And he came in at a time when the country was in a severe crisis. And when the leader of the opposition back then, or any other politician who was in the opposition, was not willing to take the country forward. So he entered Parliament through a national seat. And then he eventually got voted as the president of Sri Lanka in a parliamentary vote. And ever since, he has then taken Sri Lanka forward by trying to end the economic crisis. I mean, things were very bad back then in 2022, where, we did not even have our basics. So eventually he entered into an IMF agreement, and now that's ongoing. Even right throughout his campaign this time in the presidential election, he kept saying that he has paved the way for a 10-year plan. And if that plan breaks, the country might go back into the crisis what we were in 2022. But it's just that what didn't work for him is that the soaring taxes, which was placed on the common man, and the fact that, he was not able to also defeat corruption. People saw him as somebody who was within the circle, obviously facing where others, he took in members who were already facing allegations of corruption into his camp. And eventually, I think that did not work well for him. So I guess his campaigning was a little weak when it came to the campaigning of Anurag Kumar Dissanayake, who instead campaigned very heavily, saying that he was coming in to defeat corruption. And I think that worked well for AKD.
Right, Mr. Hussain, it does look like that the Sri Lankans did not perhaps approve of Wickremesinghe's slow economic recovery, and they have voted for change. The race has narrowed down to Disa Naike versus Premadasa. We'll have to wait and see as to who is the next president of Sri Lanka. But thank you for joining us on WION with your insights.
Thank you very much.